During times of conflict, electricity is often a luxury rather than a guarantee. Soldiers, resistance fighters and civilians alike had to find ways to feed themselves when power grids failed, fuel was scarce and resources were limited. Understanding how people cooked without electricity during wartime not only teaches us resilience, but also offers practical skills for survival today. This guide will take you through techniques that turn necessity into ingenuity, showing methods that range from simple firecraft to clever use of everyday items that became vital cooking tools. Whether you are a history buff, a survivalist or both, these tricks reveal a world of resourcefulness that modern conveniences have made us forget. Long before the invention of electric stoves, open fires were the backbone of cooking. During wartime, soldiers and civilians often had to rely on controlled fires outdoors or makeshift stoves indoors to prepare meals. One classic example comes from World War II, where soldiers would use portable field stoves made from metal tins or leftover ammunition boxes. These stoves could burn wood, charcoal or even scrap paper, providing a steady heat source for soups, stews and boiled grains. For a practical application today, you can recreate a small tin can stove at home using a few clean cans, sand for stability and small pieces of dry wood. By controlling airflow with simple holes in the can, you can maintain consistent heat long enough to cook a hearty meal without any electricity. Another method widely used during wartime was cooking with foil or clay to trap moisture and flavour. Soldiers in the field would wrap meats and vegetables in aluminum foil or leaves and place them directly into embers or on coals. This technique ensured the food cooked evenly while retaining nutrients, which was critical during rationing periods. Similarly, clay pots were invaluable for their ability to distribute heat slowly and prevent burning. You can try this technique at home by wrapping seasoned chicken or root vegetables tightly in foil and burying them partially in hot coals. The result is a tender, flavorful meal with minimal supervision, demonstrating exactly how historical necessity can inform modern outdoor cooking. Slow cooking doesn't require electricity when you know the right thermal tricks. During wartime, soldiers and civilians used insulated containers, often simple cloth wraps around metal pots or ceramic vessels, to maintain a consistent cooking temperature over hours. One notable example was the use of haybox cookers. These were essentially insulated boxes filled with hay or cloth into which a pot of boiling food was placed. The retained heat would continue cooking the meal for several hours without additional fuel. To apply this today, you can boil a stew, place it in a thickly insulated container or cooler and allow it to cook gently while you focus on other tasks. This method saves fuel, mimics the low and slow techniques of modern slow cookers, and shows a direct link to wartime ingenuity. Wartime cooks often had to turn to the environment to aid cooking and food preservation. For example, in colder climates, people would dig pits in the snow to keep ingredients cool, or use the earth itself as an oven by burying pots under hot stones. In forested areas, leaves and moss served as insulation for both cooking and storing food safely away from pests. Even coastal and riverside communities used heated stones placed in containers of water or oil to boil or fry food without open flames. Practically anyone interested in historical techniques can experiment by heating stones in a fire, then transferring them to a pot of water or a cooking pit and slowly heating food. This approach not only teaches patience, but gives a first-hand understanding of how past societies made the most of available resources. When electricity and fuel were unavailable, efficiency was key. Wartime cooks learned to concentrate flavors and nutrients, often using every part of an ingredient to maximize value. Bone broths, vegetable scraps, and even coffee grounds were repurposed to extract flavor or nutrition. Soldiers would often create one-pot meals where grains, beans, and whatever protein was available would simmer together to produce a hearty, filling dish. Today, this method can translate into emergency preparedness or sustainable cooking. By learning to combine inexpensive ingredients into nutrient-dense, low-fuel meals, you adopt a wartime mindset that prioritizes practicality over luxury. A mindset that every survivalist or history enthusiast will appreciate. Understanding these no-electricity techniques allows modern enthusiasts to not only appreciate history, but to actively practice it. Outdoor cooking, historical reenactments, or even prepping for emergencies can benefit from applying these lessons. Whether it's building a makeshift tin can stove, mastering haybox cooking, or using heated stones to boil water, each method teaches patience, creativity, and self-reliance. These aren't abstract lessons, they are practical skills that bridge the gap between historical study and modern survival capability. Practicing them gives a tangible sense of the daily challenges faced during wartime and shows how humans can adapt under extreme conditions. Cooking without electricity during wartime was never about convenience. It was about ingenuity, resourcefulness, and survival. By studying and applying these techniques, you gain more than just culinary skills. You gain insight into human resilience and the ability to turn scarcity into sustenance. For those who thrive on history, survivalism, and practical knowledge, these methods are both a tribute to the past and a toolkit for the present. If you found this guide valuable, make sure to subscribe to Warfield Chronicles for more in-depth historical insights. Share this video with fellow enthusiasts who appreciate the ingenuity of the past and want to see how these lessons can be applied today. Your support helps keep the history alive and the knowledge flowing.